Hey guys, it's me Iris. I'm here to get a little more deep and interpersonal with you guys for two reasons. Essentially, I'm multitasking. This is going to be a Socratic discussion that I'm going to reference to myself because I have some really big goals and I like to look back at what my progress would be. I believe that's a really big, significant help towards growing as a person, as a being, and towards your success is constantly looking back at what you're putting out and what you have put out and reanalyzing yourself and essentially trying to put forth I learn from yourself. So that's one. Number two is because I want to create more of a bonding atmosphere for me and my audience here who join me on my YouTube channel. I'm sorry if I constantly am like going at my face. There's like hairs on my face because I have cats. I'm a cat lady. Please love me more for it. I know you will. You guys love cats, don't you? Come on, you guys gotta love cats. But yeah, I'm here to be able to discuss some of my past with you guys growing up and up until now. So I can keep referencing towards my goals because realistically, even the second video I ever made, it was me writing down the 5 things that I wanted to, or essentially what I wanted to achieve within 5 years. So I put quite a few things in there. Sometimes I like to watch it every once in a while. I haven't watched it recently. I probably should. But yeah, I just want to be able to kind of share my progression, understand who I am. I constantly like to think about who I am in the past. So let's get right into it. Growing up, I didn't really have much of. Okay, I wouldn't say I didn't have ambitions. I was kind of lazy and I didn't really have aspirations, if you will. I just knew that I really didn't like some of the ways that I've seen people get treated throughout the world, and I just didn't like it. And then on top of that, I'm someone who's diagnosed with mental health issues, so like I had to grow up with that. And I also grew up with a lot of bullying and things like that. Like, I mean, all I really had to look up forward to was my family and going to school. I liked going to school. I wasn't too bad. I mean, I got some pretty decent grades overall from school. Kind of dipped after college, I think I fell into like a really deep depression at one point, and I spent at least like 5 years in my room. But some of the best memories I have about school is I remember in grade 5, I had a teacher and she was watching me write in my book. She's one of the first teachers who recognized I ever had any disabilities. And this is literally right after when I got diagnosed from my first time with ADHD. It's, like I said, again, about 10 years old. And I was writing my book and I was writing some poetry and she had no essential understanding of privacy. So she picked up my book and she read my poem and she looked at me and said, "Never give up on your poetry." And I just gave up that day. But you know what, not her fault. I'm a really shy kid and yeah. Apparently I'm very private with a lot of the things that I like to do, like really private. I noticed that I still have a problem trying to really, sorry guys, the hair is driving me nuts. Like I don't even know what to do. Give me a second, I gotta come back. Okay, guys, I tried as best as I can to get the hairs off me, but it is what it is. I got makeup on, and, cat's hair flies everywhere, and then, like, bam, into my face, and God, it's just everywhere. It's just everywhere, it is what it is. I'm trying so hard. And, like, I mean, I do clean, so it's like, oh, help me. But, like, my one cat sheds so much, you just pet her, and she's got, like, a fur pomade, and then you do it again, she's got another fur pomade, and you do it again. Then you wonder why she even still has hair, because somehow she just seems to shed so much. But that is what it is. That's not what I was here to talk to you guys about. Anyways, so I was talking about my teacher in grade 5 told me never to give up on poetry. I gave up on my poetry that day, but I really shouldn't have because I really loved doing poetry and writing was a big time like relief for me. And unfortunately, like I said, I sunk into a depression, which afterwards, from going to the hospital, yes, this is how I discovered this. I went to the hospital and I realized that I really like writing, so I got back into my writing. And yeah, that's a really good experience about school. Somehow I ended up talking about the hospital, but yeah, I went to the hospital. I went to the hospital for a bit. That was an interesting experience in my life because I even wrote like a little book in there. Like I wasn't joking when I said writing became something that really helped me become who the better, or at least stronger than I was then, because your environment, your world, your everything is who you are. It really is. And even though you could be singularly put anywhere, you no control of it. You have a choice to kind of stay where you are or be happier. And that's just what I basically did. So, that's exactly what I did. So yeah, out of high school, out of college, I actually went to the hospital when I was out of high school and college, etc. Was probably about 3 or 4 years ago. And I got into drawing again after that, like a lot of drawing and painting, and I started painting boxes for fun. And like I said, at that point after I wrote the book, I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna get it published, I'm gonna do that, and maybe I'll start writing music too. So like, I sometimes like to write music to myself, but I feel like I should be a little more public about my expression. I literally am. I was gonna get carried away there, but I have made a plan of what I wanted to talk about, so this is where it's going. At some point around 2017, I believe 2017 and 18, I had publicized that I was going to start a business, and that was Cardship. And Cardship is a business I plan to relaunch. Let me start from the beginning. We're getting into my mid-20s, right? So I started as a kid, went into the high school and college, mid-20s. I'm in mid-20 now, so this is, kind of fitting Cardship, because Cardship was like 2 years ago when I started. So I started this business, Cardship. When I started it, I essentially didn't really know, like, I knew I wanted it to be profitable, but I also wanted it to help people. Essentially, when it came to some of the things that I was struggling with, because one of the things I forgot to mention that I struggled with, and this was before Cardship actually, but right after high school, somewhere in between the 20s and 25s, is I struggled with homelessness for a couple of years. And it was due to me having mental health issues, and which essentially can really weave into not having a lot of confidence in yourself, to the point where you basically let yourself go for a really long time, and you haven't decided yet whether or not you feel like you are worth continuing again. At least that's how mine felt. So I was sitting down one day talking to someone who I really care about, who is really, 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 really close with me, like very, very deep in my heart. And it got me into a really deep meditation, because I was feeling really emotional after the conversation. And then I woke up at 3 in the morning and wrote down Cardship, and I thought to myself, this is a really great idea, and I'll ponder on it more in the morning. So I did, and I thought to myself, okay, considering this idea is actually so simple, the product is so small, all I have to do is probably make a website, and then invest in the product, and make the website, put it on the website. Okay, good to go. Long story short, I realized that the one thing I forgot to really think about is how life could have some other things that could happen if you don't stay focused on your specific goal, which I have focus issues, and that is definitely something that's heavily connected to my mental health issues. So I realized that since I made the original date to launch Cardship in 2020 of February, I wasn't gonna make that date. And, you know, technically, I really want this to be a really good business. I really do. I Because obviously I want to help people. Like, it's not going to help people if it's not a good business, if it's not a good product. And the thing is that I want to somewhat even educate myself in the background too, because I don't want to 100% make this like, I don't know how to express this the best, because I don't want to 100% market it as going to be helping mental health, but I also want to kind of say that it does. Like, it's not 100%, it's just self-care. That would be the product. It's self-care, and I've always been more interested in teaching people how to help themselves from the ways that I've helped myself, because obviously my definitive ways may not always help other people, but it will help a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of people there who are like me. With that said, I plan to relaunch Cardship and give you guys more feedback about that once I've got more prepared, and because, like, yeah, no, I really like the product. I think it's a pretty interesting idea. The few people I do tell, I get some pretty decent, good feedback, so I'm just hoping the world enjoys it as well. And with that said, we're kind of up to date, because like I said, Cardship was like 2 years ago, so the last thing I need to discuss is these last recent 3 months. Oh, guys, this hair on my face, I'm so sorry. Anyways, these last recent 3 months, I decided to test my self-esteem, take a break on my vlogging, and I signed up for a contest. It was in CoverGirl magazine, and I ended up stopping right before the quarterfinalists, so I was just third in my group, which is actually essentially amazing. Like, there's 20 girls in a group, and they picked just the final, like the first person of that group, and I made it third. So that's really amazing. Just for me and myself, I definitely feel like it was awesome. It was a great experience. It was worth it. I definitely see myself doing it again. And yeah, I actually had a lot of fun with it. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, that was amazing. Anyways, that's me. I'm Iris. Stay wise, guys. Thank you for sticking around and hearing my deep, essentially amazing stories, especially the recent one about hi, I'm enjoying myself now. Bye. Thank you very much. Iris out. Okay, guys, well, practice makes perfect with everything. Bye, Sylvanas. Tell everyone bye. Well, with that said, I wanted to remember to tell you guys to subscribe and share. I'm really excited to continue making content for you guys. You guys make me feel extremely special and extremely important as far as, you know, giving back my feedback. Appreciate all those who join me and, again, watch my channel. And I'm really even more excited to create some content that will, influence some more engagement, because I like hearing from you guys more. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm talking. What do they think, though? Oh, I'm being silly. You know me. Just a little silly. See you guys around. Hit that subscribe button right there. I'll see you guys soon on my channel again. Subscribe, I said. It's right there. Okay, bye.